Hello everyone and welcome to a new video. In this video we're going to be playing the brand new Grid Legends Rise of Ravenwest DLC. And basically just seeing how it is. So this DLC released pretty much out of nowhere, to be honest. Like, it's been less than a month since the last one released, which is crazy because the wait between the Carnage DLC and Enduring Spirit was like 4 months, so I'm pretty excited for this one. So see how many missions we got. Probably the same amount. No, actually. We got 11. Usually when they get 8, so it seems like they put more effort in this one for sure. So just hop into the first event of 11, it seems, and yeah, let's just see how it is.
Hey, how are you? Okay. Hey.
Okay,
You all right, buddy?
how are we doing, guys?
Yeah. Just here.
Ready?
Okay. Am I drinking my water?
Can we get a top up?
We need the good publicity.
No, you need the good publicity.
We need the good publicity.
No, you do.
They're the most successful family in Grid history. 5-time consecutive world champions. Today on Grid TV, it's the McCains. Nathan, Ryan, your family is synonymous with the word Ravenwest.
Because we are Ravenwest.
And yet you've had a very controversial season that's seen you both ousted from your own team.
Yeah, well, there's a word for that.
But despite the drama, the two of you have a storied history that goes far beyond a single team. So today we're going to look back at how you got here and the makings of the McCain racing dynasty.
Let's do it.
Ryan, you grew up racing. Your dad was a legend in his day, and you and your brother Donnie were amongst the very best racers around.
Well, Donnie and me, racing was what we lived and breathed. Dad was robbed of all that when he passed, so we picked up the torch. To begin with, it was about keeping the name alive, but then one day we realized we weren't racing anymore. We were winning.
Can we roll the footage?
Well, this is cool. So it's like you play a bunch of like flashbacks through Ravenwest's history. That's really cool, actually. Either my anti-aliasing is super low or something's wrong with something. Bruh, for some reason the game put all my settings at low. That's kind of whack. I'm gonna quickly change these all back. Alright, so I put all my settings back, should be alright. One thing I actually just noticed is, it looks like they put a bunch of lines all over your screen. That's pretty cool. They're like so in the fact that it's like a older flashback or something. I like how they put us around some touring cars and brands and shit. I really like those lines on the screen. That's like a subtle way to show that it's like an older flashback kind of thing. I like how they did that. One thing that's also worth mentioning is that there's been some rumors that EA is actually going to be shutting down the Grid series also after Grid Legends' updates have been finished, all 4 of the DLCs, and I really hope that that's not true because EA recently shut down the Project Cars series, which is a pretty stupid move, but it's EA, so it doesn't really surprise me. I'm really hoping that they don't shut down Grid also, because then at that point they'd only be keeping Codemasters for like F1, because they've pretty much already closed the curtains on Dirt for whatever reason. But hopefully we see a return to Dirt, and I'm really hoping that they don't shut down Grid also. We're on to the final lap here, and so far it's going pretty good. I don't know if my AI difficulties like also been reset, as long as my graphics settings were at the beginning of the race, but the AI seemed to be really far behind. I'm going to have to check that next race, but yeah, the competition hasn't exactly been too fierce this race, which I guess is alright because that means I don't gotta use any of my flashbacks perfecting corners. But yeah, this race is going pretty well. I don't know what the next one will be, if it'll also be like a 2002 flashback or what year it'll be, but this has been pretty good so far. And we're only onto the first race, so yeah. Alright, we're approaching the finish line on our first race. First place. Nice achievement too. That's baller.
This is just the start. It's heating up here in Indianapolis.
Alright, so it seems we got another 2002 flashback, this time in Indianapolis. I'm assuming we're going to use stock cars. You can still see those like CR something lines on across the screen. I really like that effect. Codemasters always has a good attention for detail about these kind of things. Their games always have a good little charm with them. Yeah, we are using stock cars. Alright, well, let's just see how this goes. Alright, that reminds me actually, I need to check what it put my difficulty to, because it probably messed it up. I don't even think I can check that during races. Oh wait, yeah I can, I think. Wait, okay, my AI difficulty set to hard. It can go, yeah, it can go 2 things higher than that. But that last race I was destroying them and I accidentally cut corners like 3 different times, so I'm actually not too sure what's going on. They might just be broken on that one mission, but hopefully they fix themselves. Oops, that's not good. Oh, someone just committed suicide on the track. That's not good. They must have been emo or something. Now my car's all destroyed. Well, not really, actually. Well, hopefully no one else dies on the track, because that's not good for our sponsors either. So, this DLC is actually going to mean quite a lot to a lot of people, because it's kind of like those older grid games on like the PS2. I think they were called like the Toka games or something. And a lot of people in like their social media comments are always mentioning how good those games were. So I think this DLC is kind of based on those games like a little bit. Like in like the characters and stuff, so I reckon out of the 3 DLCs we have so far for Grid Legends, this is probably going to be the most popular one. Definitely seems like they put the most effort into this one so far. And we're only on the 2nd mission too. Once we get into the new cars, which I believe there's 4 of, this will be even better. We're actually about to lap someone. This must have been the guy who crashed first lap. Is he missing a tire? I think this guy's missing a tire or something. Oh, yeah, one of his tires blew. Oh, it's an L for that guy. And also our front bumper flew away. That's crazy. Yeah, they can kind of take flight if they get a little bit detached, but we're still winning, so I think we can live without our front bumper. Alright, so we're on to the final lap. And I'm actually kind of thinking, I don't know when we're actually going to do the new race yet. Because they added a new track this update also, because if you don't know Grid, they always add a new track each update. And the new track this update is Miami, and that's actually a really cool track because that track is in Grid 2, and I played it a bunch on Grid 2. It's a really fun track, especially on multiplayer, so hopefully it's got that same effect. But if you look at any of the custom races on Grid Legends right now in the server browser, it's probably all Miami with the new cars that they added, because it's usually what always happens when a new update gets released. But I actually see the AI behind me for once, but we're about to finish the race, so that doesn't really matter.
Ryan McCain taking first place and showing us all that he too possesses that raw McCain talent passed down from his father. All right, great work. You really pulled through for the team and everyone noticed. Incredible fight, Ryan.
Soon this next race is on Mount Panorama. I wonder if we're going to use any of the new cars though, but it's TC1, so probably not, because I don't think that's the class of any new cars they added. They mainly added some older muscle cars, but we'll see. Oh, we are using one of the new cars. They added this Beamer also. This thing's super cool. Yeah, they posted this on like their social medias, and it was like a remake of like an old game cover that Codemasters made with this Beamer. Super cool. I love this class of cars too, and this BMW looks great with the giant spoiler and all the other stuff they put on it, I guess. I actually remember playing this track quite a bit on Gran Turismo 6 back in the day on the PS3. I wasn't very good at this track. I've never actually been that good at this track. It's a very thin track at this part. Actually nailed that corner. The thing with this kind of class of cars is they've got a lot of downforce, so you can just kind of take turns really well. Except for when you do that, and then you need to use a flashback, because I guess I clipped the gravel or something. Alright, there we go. Nailed it that time. Didn't put it into the crowd, because we're not driving a Mustang, but if it were, then I wouldn't have had the flashbacks to that. Nailed that one too. I think what I'm going to do is just for the next race, I think I'm going to put my difficulty up a little bit, because they seem way too easy right now, so next race should be a bit more of a challenge. I think that's the second lap in a row now that I've messed up that corner. I'll probably end up cutting it out the first time or something because I wasn't talking, but Yeah, that corner sometimes in grid games, or at least in this one, if your car's rear-wheel drive, you tend to sometimes spin out on that. Or I'm just not a very good driver. But I'm no expert on the topic, but I think this car has a lot of power, so hence it's gonna spin out quite a bit, I guess. And that's a Mario Kart maneuver right there. Gonna try to have less of those, but this is Mount Panorama, so that's gonna happen quite a lot. Especially this part, because the track's so thin. Alright, so we're right about to cross the line. I'm really hoping the next track is Miami, but we'll see. Alright, so this next race is Crescent Valley, but hopefully at least we get to use... Actually, it's Muscle, so yeah. We're probably going to get to use one of the newer cars, or one of the other new cars that they added, because... I think... Yeah, the 3 other cars that they added, not including the BMW, obviously, because I just said 3 other cars. They're all muscle cars, so we'll probably be able to use one of them. I don't know what one it'll pick, but it'll be cool too.
Things just got better and better and better. You know, we won titles, heap of money. Eventually, Donnie moved on, had a family. I started the business.
You mean Ravenwest?
You bet I mean Ravenwest.
Fast forward 10 years, along comes Nate.
Yes.
3rd generation of McCain racers.
Some say the best generation yet.
I don't know about that.
Nate, what was it like growing up amongst giants?
Well, to me, they were just my family.
He was a handful, let me tell you. When he was 16, okay, I had this car, the sleekest thing I ever owned. I came home, it was gone, missing.
But why have a car like that and leave it to collect dust?
Well, I take it you borrowed it.
Hey, I knew how to use it, unlike him.
He stole it.
Alright, this is 2012 this time. I don't know if they put any screen filter on it this time, but it looks relatively normal.
Hello, Nathan? You might want to get off the track, dude. Your uncle is not going to be happy. Give me that. Get lost. Nathan, if you don't bring my car back right now, you can kiss goodbye to any sort of freedom you'd expect to have for the rest of your life.
Nope. I'm actually driving this thing. You should be arrested for neglecting it for so long.
I don't know what's gonna let me drive. It does actually kind of look like they put a filter over it.
Impress me then. I'll talk to race controls to show me what you got.
Oh, cool. They made the UI look like all like the original grid. I thought that the game kind of looked like the original grid a bit. This is cool. I hope they let us turn this on for any race.
Don't even bother returning if you can't. That'd be embarrassing.
That's easy. Racing's in my blood. Just sit back, relax, and enjoy the show, okay? I can do this with my eyes closed.
It looks like your eyes are closed.
I'm really hoping that after this like DLC that I'm finished with, after I'm finished with the DLC, I really hope that they let me turn like the UI like this. This looks super cool.
If you see a gap, is this kid really related to me?
Yeah, just you wait, okay? This car was set gathering spider webs.
Alright, well apparently I think I'm a rally driver because that's definitely not the track limits. We're just gonna flash back that one because
Alright,
nailed it that time, I guess. Also, this is actually one of the other new cars also, because I think they added the BMW, Ford Mustang, a Plymouth, and this Corvette, which is pretty cool. They're pretty cool. They're all really cool cars actually.
Come on,
Think it over how cool this UI
Spin a
looks.
whole lap.
Will you relax? I'm kidding there.
Relax.
Yeah, chill out.
The cops will be here ready to arrest you by the time you're done, if I'm still unimpressed with what you're trying to show me here.
Yeah, call them. They're gonna want to see this.
I think they also are actually playing like original grid music. I'm not totally sure about that one, but it seems like that's what they're doing. I'm also 90% sure that they put a filter over the screen to make it look like the original grid too, or at least just adjusted the lighting, because it does look a bit different. Oh, that guy just pipped me over the other guy.
Don't let anyone behind you pass.
I don't actually know if that was scripted or not, but that was a pretty dirty move from the guy who... I think that's a Plymouth up there. I'm not sure. I also turned the difficulty up last race, so these AI are putting up a bit more of a challenge, which is good. But we only need to finish anything above 6. But there's that new Mustang there. And you see it's like the fastback Mustang, I think. It's very cool. Hopefully we get to use that in one of these mission races.
Drivers meant to be good at this.
Alright, and that's that race done. That went pretty well.
Hey, restoring my car, okay? But just come to the garage. I want to talk to you. Hey, and any damage on that car, you're paying for it.
Looks like I'm going bankrupt then, because I was driving this thing like I stole it, which I did, but I still won the race, so that's that. And this time we're doing San Francisco. This will hopefully also go well, but it's been going well so far. But we do got the difficulty turned up, so if they want us to get first place, that might be a little bit of a challenge, but I got first place last time, so shouldn't be nothing new.
Let's jump forward a bit. Nate proves himself. You bring him on to Ravenwest.
No, it's never a question. It's a family business.
Saying I didn't deserve it?
Oh, you did, eventually. Oh, come on. You remember the early years, all the dummy races?
Why you gotta bring that up?
Sometimes we hire amateurs to train our drivers. We call them dummies.
And did Nate beat these dummies?
Of course I beat them.
Usually.
Always.
Sometimes.
Why don't we see for ourselves?
Oh, good.
Right.
This is a 2016 race
again.
now.
I don't care how long this takes. If you can't beat dummy drivers, you aren't coming off that track. We'll wait all night. We're gonna order some food. This could take a while.
Alright, what do we need to get for this race? If they're higher, that's gonna be easy.
Okay, Nate. Come on, the car can take it. Just go for it this time.
What do you think I've been doing? There's something wrong with this car.
The car's fine. If there was something wrong, I know about it.
You know, the way this has been going today, I ought to retire you to train the dummies. All right, lay off. It's not my fault they've all had like 5 energy drinks before they even got on track today.
I really love how they've edited the lighting for like these, any of the races past 2012. Like the 2012-2016 race, they make it look like the older good games. Not only just with the HUD, like I've said about a million times, but they made the UI have like that kind of like yellowish, blackish, gray tinge that older grid games from Codemasters had. I really like that. Hoping there's a way to turn that on after I've done these DLC races. I wonder if any of these AI names are like AIs you could find in the older good games too. That'd be a funny callback to have. I really like San Francisco as a track. I remember playing Grid 2019 and thinking this track was really cool. Played it online quite a bit too. It's got some cool turns that are great for cars like these. Then this like elevated parts where the intersections meet is pretty cool too, because you can get airtime 90% of the time. This Viper does actually manage to get a decent amount of airtime too. So. Oh, that was actually pretty pathetic. That was also pathetic. I got so much more airtime. That wasn't too bad. I got much more airtime the first level, apparently. Here's room with better airtime. And it barely lifted up. A little bit here.
Yeah, well, I wasn't even trying that whole time before now. But watch this. It's about to get real.
I really like those bits on San Francisco where you get some airtime. It's a cool thing to jazz it up a bit. Oh, well, there goes the front of my bumper. Well, actually, not the front of my bumper, the hood of my car. My sand. Oops. Yeah, well, the rest of my car is going to probably fall off too if I keep driving like that. Although we're on the final lap, so it's probably not going to have a chance to break off any more parts of the car. That guy is going pretty quick, like, because he's my nemesis. Because in this game, when people are your nemesis, they for some reason just go way quicker than any other AIs do. Because they're fueled by rage or something.
Well held.
And, yep, there's first place.
And that's how it's done. All right, I'm coming back now, but there better be food left for me. Yeah. We ordered you some salad. Heavy bean burger thing. You're welcome. Bean burger.
Well spoken, I agree with that guy. That is pretty nasty. I think this next mission is going to be the last one of the video. This is actually really good so far, this DLC. Seems they put much more effort into this than normal. You know, it's going to be a drift event too.
That's bad for publicity. Can they come up with a better nickname? Maybe I'll get a better
Forgot where I was going for a second.
and free stuff with my nickname branded onto it. Hi, Nathan.
There's also a lot of talking in this DLC too, which is cool also.
Watch this, alright? Don't blink. This is fun. Hey, engineering type guy, come up with a drift nickname for me.
That's really not my job, Nathan.
He's not very creative, I guess.
Little Nathan, scared of hurting the wheels. It's a drift event, remember? Get some smoke going.
Alright, I guess they want me to smoke some tires, which doesn't sound good for my lungs, but we're racking up a lot of points, I guess. Just gotta beat 800,000, but we only gotta get top 6, which is probably around 6-ish, 100,000. I don't even know. But as long as we don't hit any stupid cones again, we should be alright. Oh, I keep hitting those stupid sponsor signs on the side of the road. That's really getting annoying, because you'll just lose all your points. Screw the sponsors at that point. Alright, that should be more than enough points to win, so this turn I'm gonna bank these points. Alright, let's hope that's at least 700,000-ish. I'm not too sure. Let's see. Oh, we got first too. Nice. So more than beat the required target. That wasn't too hard.
Winning this will give us so much publicity your head will spin. I like this is my championship, and I'm gonna make sure of it. Okay, Nathan.
I think I'm gonna call that quits for this video. We just had to balance some guy on our roof, I guess. Before I conclude this this video, I'm gonna go through the new cars added in this update, which are only available for people who own the DLC. So, alright, that puts us on the 7th mission, which normally we would have already been right before the final one, but this one is 11, which is really cool. But I'm assuming the most of them are going to be under muscle, which is under tuner, I think. Alright, here's one of them. So yeah, Mustang Fastback. I really like that brown stripe to put on it. Looks really cool. This Plymouth GTX. That is cool. I'm glad they're putting a couple road cars in there. That's cool too. Anyway, this Corvette, that looks nice too. And then the BMW is going to be under this category, I bet. Yep, here it is. Turbo Group 5. This is a cool car too. I think it's best suited in black, but I think it kind of fits most colors, as with a lot of old cars. I can't wait to test out this Plymouth and this Mustang later, mainly because they're the two ones I haven't driven, but they look so cool. But yeah. If you guys want to see the rest of this DLC, I highly recommend you buy it or play it if you own the Grid Legends DLC or Deluxe Edition. So far, I'm definitely enjoying it more than the other ones. I say the Carnage one is probably the worst out of the 3 so far. This is like the worst one so far. Well, it's like not too bad, but the Carnage one is kind of boring. Grid Legends physics don't fit it so much. Enduring Spirit's good, I like it. But the Rise of Ravenwest one so far is the best one by far, in my opinion. They definitely put a lot more heart and soul into this one. But yeah, if you enjoyed the video, like and subscribe. That's crazy. And see you in the next video. Goodbye.